Well, the challenge and excitement of is putting a bat in a player's hands that they can succeed with. When we get the billet, we got to grade the billet from one end to the other. So we'll take the first 24 inches, put the grain, the straightest part of the grain, in the first 24 inches. Okay, in this case it would be this under the bat, because there's a little bit of waviness going on over here. So we wouldn't want that on the handle. That could be subject to breakage. Set automatically. Next, Lou? Well, we bring it over to the sander. Put it through this automatic sander. Most of our retail bats go through this process. Small bats go through this process, but they also get hand sanded on that label. Lou, what are you doing right here? When the bat comes out of the lathe, goes into the sand, and once it comes out of the sand, it's ready for finish. So if it's a two-tone bat, for example, if this is David's bat, we'll mark the pine tar lane. Just a little mark, and then we'll dip it. And we put it in the liquid, pull it out, and there it is. And by the way, we developed this color for David last year. Major League Baseball said you couldn't hide the grain. The grain had to be visible for the entire length of the bat. So we did some experimentation and we come up with this color and we call it ebony. And David likes that on his bat. It follows the capillaries of the wood. See how the stain kind of migrated parallel with the handle? That would be a good bat. That wouldn't be one we would reject. If it varies any more than 3 degrees, we have a gauge for that, then we would reject that. David wouldn't get that bat. So that's our test. In clear coat, a clear poly. We would sand it between coats, and that would look something like this. Sanded between coats. Labels from a local company, Linda Baker, right here in Fall River, from Baker Sign. And she makes all of our labels. Very nice woman. We take that, and we line up the point of our Nakona end, and this little arc right here is centered in the bat, so when the player swings it, he swings it right, properly. And we'll put that on like that. And we peel it right off just like that. Cupping machine, and most players like the bat cup because it provides a little bit of balance and reduces the weight of the bat. So we put it here. It's not for the cork, as most people joke around with it.
Suzuki, David just got a piece of it, and there was the changeup again at 79.
We wipe it off.
Trying to measure it.
We let it set up a little.
Registered trademark of Chrysler Group LLC.
And there it is. You know, I have a saying when I build houses: if they want chocolate, you give them chocolate. So when it comes to a player wanting a particular type of bat, a particular type of style, you try to guide them in a certain direction. You get most of your instruction from them as to what they want, but you look at how they hit a slap hitter versus a home run hitter. And that correlates with a certain model bat, and that's what you try to do. You try to help the guy out. A lot of the kids we work with don't know models of bats, so you have to work with those guys and educate them on not only wood, but different types of bats and what would be good for them based on how they hit the ball.
Louis is emerging as a worldwide authority in wood bats. throughout Major League Baseball, and because there's so many Dominicans and Venezuelans and Mexicans involved in the game, Lou has become a pretty. Louis gets text messages from David Ortiz and Jorge Cantu and just a host of other players, and spends all of his extra time between McCoy Stadium and Fenway Park visiting not only the home teams but also the visiting teams. You look in Louis' eyes, Louis is an honest, hard-working guy. He's very sincere, and he's so genuine that I think players that meet him get the sense that he is who he is, and he forms a bond of trust. We believe that our business is built on people, relationships, and trust, and Louis embodies that in every aspect of the word, of all three words.